So welcome back, aliens. In the last video we have talked about collection and generics, right? So in that we have seen how to work with collection, how to add values into collection. The problem is that collection is an interface, and then we have to use ArrayList to work with interface. And we have seen how to use iterator, we have seen how to use enhanced for loop to fetch the values. But there was one problem in the earlier video. The problem was, let's say if I want to, so we have done with remove, right? So let's say if I want to add element, so if I say values dot add, and if I add an element which is 9, and if I run this code, the output is 9 will be seen the last, so it will be at the end, right? What I want to show this 9 after 3, so we need to add 9 after 3, so we need to specify the index number, right? So can I say 1 comma 9, and the answer is no, because collection interface doesn't work with index numbers. So if you go to your definition of collection interface, you can see it doesn't mention anything called as index number anywhere, right? You can search the whole document, you will not find anything called as index number there. So what we can do is, instead of using collection, we can use something as list, because list is an interface. Okay, so from java.util, so list is an interface which extends collection, which means list will have extra features, okay, which is not there in collection. And in this you will be having an extra thing called as, so let me show that. So you can see we have one add method which takes one parameter, and then we have one more add. Where is that add? It will be there somewhere. Okay, we're searching for that. Okay, so we have one more add here which will add the element in between, right? So we can specify the index number and we can add the element. So we can simply say 1 comma 9, and you can see there is no error. And the awesome thing is, this ArrayList class itself implements this interface which is list, right? And list extends collection, so indirectly ArrayList implements collection, and ArrayList also implements list, right? So we can use list to add the elements. Now if I run this code, you can see we got the output. So we are getting 3, 9, 77 and 88, right? So let me just go back to collection once again, okay, just for the demonstration. So I have a collection here, so of course we cannot use this thing, but let's say if I add some element in this way, if I say values dot add, and let me specify a value which is 99, and then we have one more, let's say values dot add, and we'll mention here 2, and if I run this code, we will be getting all this output as 3, 99, 77, 2 and 88, right? Because list or collection, they maintain the sequence, so they maintain the sequence of the insertion. But let's say I want to sort these elements as per the number. So what we can do is, we can say collections. So there's an interface called, there's a class called collection, in which you have a method called sort. So we'll say sort, and we can pass the object of collection here, so we can say values, right? And there is an issue. So if you go to sort, it says the method sort only takes list, it doesn't support collection. So that's the problem with collection interface. You cannot add values in between. That means it doesn't work with indexes, and that's why we cannot even sort the elements, because we don't have indexes, and that's why we need to use list. So when you want to create a simple collection, always go for collection interface. But let's say if you want to achieve this thing of adding values in between, you want to achieve sorting of elements, always use list. And that's why list is so popular amongst the developer. They always tend to use list interface instead of using collection interface. So you can see we got the elements sorted in sorted format, right? So we can sort the elements if you have the list interface. Now there are lots of methods we can use from list interface. We can say values dot. So there are lots of methods we can use. We can also use get. So this time we don't have to use enhanced for loop. We can directly use a method called get, which was not there inside collection interface. We can use methods like okay, nothing else. Nothing else. So that's how we can. So there are lots of methods, but this is what we require in the code, right? And if I run this code, we got 2, 3, 7, 7, 8, 8 and 9, 9, right? So this is how you print the elements. But this is not just the only way of printing, right? We have one more way of printing the elements. So let me just comment this part and let's print those elements. After sorting, let me print the element. So what I will do, I will say values dot for each, I will say system dot out colon colon print ln. So you can say, instead of using iterator or instead of using enhanced for loop, we can simply say values dot for each system dot out colon colon print ln. If I run this code, and we got the output. Awesome, right? Now your question will be how it works. So let me give you a hint here. So this is a stream API, okay, which uses lambda expression. So it was introduced in Java 1.8. So if you are trying this code inside Java 1.7, it will not work. So using this also you can print the values from the collection or the list. Now question arises how it actually works. What is for each? What is that double colon operator? That is a different topic. So if you want to know about this stuff, you can watch the next video, which is your list and which is your lambda expression and stream API. Okay, which is very important for this thing. So yeah, so wait for the next video. Thanks so much for watching and do subscribe.